Namaste. I'm Emily Gilchrist, and in this session I'm just going to show you a nice short sequence just to help open the hips, release any tension there. So the hips are often a storehouse for a lot of emotional tension, blockages. It's also the gateway for a lot of nervous tension to release outwards. So it's a beautiful way of helping navigate a lot of that nervous energy to find its way out. People can often find when they do a lot of hip openers in yoga that it might bring up quite a lot of emotional stuff, which is great, so it gives you an opportunity to release. Okay, so I really recommend you have a bolster or a cushion and a folded blanket that I'm seated on right now just to help support you. This is going to be floor work, so you can just enjoy kind of holding in these poses. So I want us just to spend a moment just to anchor into our bodies. It's really important to root the sitting bones down, stay connected to the sitting bones so that we stay rooted here. You need to straighten your spine, relax your shoulders back, place your hands now into prayer with thumbs to the heart. And we're going to chant 3 arms just to tune in. Okay, so we want to maintain a steady breath throughout the practice. So I suggested Ujjayi breath, ocean sound breath. So just let's practice a few rounds of Ujjayi breath just to make sure that we're in our own flow, our own rhythm. So making the sound like contracting the glottis, the muscles at the back of the throat. Close your eyes and inhale through the nose. And exhale. Emptying the lungs. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling, notice a rise and fall from your abdomen as you breathe in and breathe out. Contraction, expansion of the diaphragm. And now unfold your legs. Place the soles of your feet together. So we're going to start in Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together. You're going to take the heels slightly further away from the groin. We're just going to create a little bit more space there. And I want you to just start by taking hold of the ankles and just gently allowing the knees to relax, moving the legs lightly up and down. Good. So just opening up in the groin, the hip, ductors, just loosening any tension there. And as we inhale, we're going to lift up out of the waist, really rooting back through the sitting bones. And then we're going to exhale slowly forwards. Again, we're going to inhale, rising up, and exhale. Now, if your spine is slightly rounding here, it's okay, as long as the sitting bones are rooting back. Otherwise, just hold halfway, concaving the spine. Then we're going to take one more breath in. Inhale and exhale. Release. Again, either stay here halfway. For those of you who have a little bit more space, Keeping the elbows back and shoulders away from each other. You can maybe start to think about bringing the forehead down towards the toes. Good. And hold it there. Relax your breath for 3, 2, feel the extension through the back muscles. Back muscles releasing, extending. And exhale and then inhale. And come up. Good. Now you're going to take your left leg out and the right heel comes in. And we need to keep your left knee extending up and the left toes. Left knee facing up towards the ceiling, right heel firmly in, rooting down again, sitting bones down. And if you have the bolster, so just taking it in front of you here, just to give a little bit of support. We're just going to start here, and we're going to inhale up, and then exhale, and just see if you can take the elbows here, and then release. If you want to, you could just relax your face as well. But make sure that left knee stays facing up towards the ceiling, left toes facing up. That's it. And we'll keep the quadriceps drawing up into the crease of the left thigh, outer edges of the thighs, releasing down, stretching the inner thighs. And stay focused on the breath. Release back up, good. And slowly come back up and change sides. So now left heel in and right leg out. Good. And then start here, square the hips. So you want to avoid the outer edge of the right thigh lifting, so really rooting down through the outer edge of the right thigh, keeping the right knee facing up to the ceiling, the right toes pointing up, and then we're going to extend up. Nice stretch through the side trunks of the body, and then exhale and release here. You can take the elbows, or you can just cup the head, the face, relax. Make sure there's no wrinkles, tension in the neck. Keep that right knee facing up, keep the outer edge of the right thigh rooting down. That's it. See how that right sitting bone wants to lift up. So really root down through the sitting bones and just stay steady with your breath. And exhale, release, and come back up. Your right foot in towards the left, good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just take the left knee in front, and we're going to come into Gomukhasana. Now this might be a little bit advanced for some of you, in which case just take your right foot here as far that it's comfortable to the outside of the left knee. And you'll see why it's nice to have that extra cushion or blanket for support, just to help with the hips. If you are a little bit more stiff in the hips, this is probably going to be quite challenging for you, so just stick to the first modification I gave. Otherwise you're going to place your knees on top of one another, and you're just going to sit here and then take the hands either side. Relax your shoulders back, lifting up through the heart, through the chest, allowing the back body to descend, extending through the side trunks of the body, again rooting the sitting bones down, really root the right sitting bone down, and be on the outer edges of the feet, and hold. And now you can interlock your fingers and stretch your arms behind. Keep the palms open and then slowly see if you can exhale and fold forwards. For some of you this may be as far as it is, otherwise you may be able to bring the forehead forwards and arms out towards the shoulders. Be with your breath, relax into your breath, allow that tension, all that nervous energy to release down and out through the hips. And then inhale and come up. Exhale and release. So now change sides. So right leg down and bring your left foot to the outside of the left knee. If you can, you're going to take it all the way round and place your knees one on top of the other. That's it. Bring your hands back and lift the heart, lift the chest. Try to be on the outer edges of the feet. Remember, just do what you can. Maybe it's just here. It's absolutely fine. And if you are feeling particularly stiff in the hips, then make sure you use some extra height, so either taking an extra blanket or your bolster. Just try to relax your facial muscles. And now change the interlock of your fingers and inhale up, lifting the heart chest, and exhale and fold. Slowly inhale, rise back up, and exhale, relax. Hug both your knees into your chest. Good. And now we're going to take the left leg forwards. I'll show you this way. So, sitting here, we're going to take the left leg forwards, right knee in, keeping the left foot rooted down, spine straight. We're going to take the hands, interlock the fingers around the right foot. Going to inhale and you're going to exhale and extend that right leg up. Now if you're tight in the hamstrings, you're going to just draw the right knee up into the thigh and draw the quadriceps up into the crease of the right thigh. So this action here is contracting, helping the hamstring muscles to relax. So these muscles working in pairs, these opposing forces contracting, relaxing. The more we draw the right knee up into the thigh, the more the hamstrings can open. It also supports and protects the knee. So keeping the spine as straight as you can and hold. Try to keep that left knee forwards, left toes in, extending the heel away, finding your Ujjayi breath. Then release and relax. Forehead in. And change sides. So bending the left knee, rooting the sitting bones down. Just go slowly, take your time. And then if you can, go halfway and gradually build your way up. If the hamstrings are tight, take a deep breath. Inhale and draw that left knee up into the thigh and start drawing the quadriceps back. The more you contract the front muscle here, the quadriceps and the knee up, the more the hamstrings can relax. Remember, these muscles are working in pairs. So keep breathing, inhaling, exhaling. That's That's it, drawing the abdomen in, allowing the muscles along the back to also expand. And hold. 3, 2, 1, and exhale, release. Forehead to the knee. Good. Now bring both knees into the chest. And then you're going to cross your legs and you can come into pigeon pose, Kapotasana. So definitely recommend that you take a bolster here. Just take a moment just to relax. Back, forehead to the bolster, palms together, elbows forwards, and hands between the shoulder blades. And then release, and I want you to place your bolster diagonally behind your right knee. Okay, you're going to bend your right knee. And you're going to take your right knee behind your right right wrist, and your right foot behind your left wrist in a diagonal line. Bolster sits here behind the right buttock just to help stabilize the pelvis and to level the hips. And then you can use the tips of the fingers. A little bit too much height for me here actually. It's okay, I've got a grip there now. And then lifting the heart, lifting the chest, and then slowly release forwards. And you can place one hand on top of the other, forehead down, and we need to try and straighten that back leg. If you see that the foot is just falling in like that, try to straighten the leg, relaxing fully the back of the left calf muscle back. Try not to allow the leg to roll in or out. Forehead down. Shoulders away from each other, neck released. And relax. Find your Ujjayi breath. Bolster in a diagonal line behind the left wrist, going towards the right knee. We're going to step the left knee behind the left wrist. Right leg comes back, left buttock now, supported by the bolster. And then rotate the right hip forward, stabilize the pelvis, straighten that right leg. And hold, lifting the heart, lifting the chest. Use the cup of the hands to support you. Nice length in the spine, working the thoracic spine in. Make sure there's no tension in the neck. Inhale. And then exhale. And fold forwards, forehead. And be with your breath. then release and come back up. And stretch back and move from side to side. Yeah. And release. Back down to your bolster. Just take a nice stretch forwards. Relax one side of your face. And then to the opposite side. And then come back. Now we're going to cross our legs. We're going to lie down onto our back. We're going to come into Supta Pada Angushtasana. So this is great if you have somebody available in the house just to support you here, to help kind of press down onto your left, top of the left thigh, below the hip, just to help keep that left hip down. You're going to bend your right knee in, and you're going to root the sitting bones down. Good. You're going to extend that right leg up. We're just going to prepare first. We're going to come into the same pose as we did earlier, but the reclining variation. So keeping the leg up, Kaushasana. But here you want to make sure that the outer edge of the right thigh is cutting back in order to maintain length in the tailbone. If you pull in too much, you'll lose that length through the right side body. So make sure that it cuts down so that the right side body remains long. And make sure that you're holding either above the knee or below the knee, not directly behind the knee. And keep that knee drawing up so that it's protected, supported. Good. Then you're going to inhale and draw your chest towards the knee. Then exhale, knee to chest. Take your big toe with the first two fingers thumb, and then bending your right knee. You can just take it down halfway like this. And if you have the space, keeping that left hip pressing down, see how that left sitting bone really wants to lift now. So keep it drawing down and start to extend the right leg out to the side. Again, what's nice here is to perhaps use your bolster, if you're tight there, just to help relax down so you can extend that leg fully. Just take the bolster underneath the top of the right thigh, and then you can extend fully with support. So a really nice way of practicing. Left hand down, gaze to the left side. Keep that left toes up, left knee up. And then exhale, knee back in. Take your big toe now, and you're going to extend your right leg over the outside of the left leg. If that's too much, just bend the knee halfway. And of course, your right sit bone and buttock will lift off here. That's absolutely fine. But just as little as possible. And then either keeping the knee bent or extending fully, gazing to the right hand this time. Then inhale, back to the center, and forehead. To the knee, exhale, release, and change sides. So make sure you can see me here now. Left leg up, right hip down, sitting bones down, extend your left leg, and either above or below the knee. Try not to pull in too much. Keep the outer edge of the left thigh cutting back so that you keep length through the left side body. And then inhale, just slightly lifting the heart, lifting the chest. Release. Take hold of your left toe. Keep the right hip, sacrum down, bending the left knee and then take the left leg out. Again, use the bolster underneath the top of the left thigh if you need to. And now gazing over to the right hand. If you've got a friend or a partner that's around, get them to come and press their weight down here to help stabilize the sitting bones. Good. The pelvis. Oh. Exhale and now bring your left knee in. Take hold of the left big toe and stretch the left leg over the outside of the right. You can keep the left arm down. You can just stay halfway. Otherwise, if you can, extend all the way and gaze over to the left hand now. And exhale. Inhale, come back in. Exhale, knee to forehead. Release. And backwards. And forwards. Just give it a little twist now. And to the left side. And just to finish off, I'm going to come into Baddha Konasana. And from there, directly in to Shavasana. So you're going to use your folded blanket, make sure it's nicely folded. So you have a nice neat edge for support of the neck. Then take about a hand's distance away from the base of the spine to the bolster, base of the bolster, and then bring the flesh of the buttocks forwards. Make sure that you've got the edge of the folded blanket here. Palms face upwards. Soles of the feet together. Now if you're quite flexible in the hips, you don't want them down too far. You just want them about halfway, because this is more of a restorative pose, so you want the abdomen to remain passive, which can only do so if the hips aren't fully released down. So they're opening but not too much. Okay, but it's still allowing this nervous energy to flow downwards and outwards. And make sure there's no tension in the neck, the shoulders. Just stay here for a few rounds. Enjoy your breath. Allow your abdomen to be soft. Allow the scalp of your head to completely relax. Flesh of the lower back releasing down. Hips releasing tension, emotional blockages, nervous energy releasing. Whole body relax. Allow your body to become completely heavy, sinking, falling. Remember, if you need to, make sure you're using props underneath the knees if you are flexible, so that you're not uncomfortable with that hold, so you can fully relax into the pose and just allow yourself to be held and supported. And now exhale, release, bend the knees. Relax your legs fully in front. Arms out to the side, palms facing up. And relax your breath completely. Scan your body head to toe, toe to head for any tension. making sure each and every part of your body is now fully relaxed, anchoring to the center of your heart. Every cell in your body is smiling, happy, healthy. All thoughts come and then go. Subtle smile is left, washing over the face, throughout your body. Your whole body is relaxed. Your pranic body, your energetic body is expanding. Mind is dropping into a restful place. Slowly come back to your body and stretch up through your arms and legs. Exhale, bring your knees to your chest, roll over to your right side into the fetal position, and then very slowly come back up. Sitting with the spine straight, shoulders relax back, bring your hands together, rub your hands, and clear the space around you. Now massage your face, back of your head, and place a heap of your palms over your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart, and we take a bow to give thanks, to honour the work that we've done for nourishing our mind, body and soul. And may the benefits of our practice guide and serve us all in positive ways for as long as possible. And may all beings be happy, free from suffering and find peace. May peace always be with all of us. Namaste.